Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast intro. This episode is just an intro to talk about the topics we'll be discussing, why we started the podcast, and just a little bit of vilz's story, that what he went through. Our podcast is called Got Your Back, Thrive Talk for a Healthy Mindset, and we are your hosts, Nikki.
And vilz.
And in this space, we combine our passion for mental health advocacy with real life experiences to help you live your best life. So I'm going to pass it over to vilz just to talk a little bit about the things that he went through when he was going through mental health illness and depression. And then we'll come back and let you know what our podcast is all about. Go, vilz. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. A few years ago, I was diagnosed by my family doctor that I had depression. And leading up to seeing my family doctor was having a chat to my wife and kids about the person I was. They realised my attitude changed towards everything, towards them, towards work, towards everyday life. I wasn't interested in much, interested in spending time with them and things like that. All I wanted to do was just do my own thing on my own. And one day they sat me down and told me that I wasn't the person that they thought I was. And my kids telling me that they didn't love the person I've become. So I woke up and went and saw my family doctor and sought help. And when he diagnosed me with depression, asking me questions and things like that as he was assessing me, and I did tell him that I had thoughts of taking my own life. Just due to what I was going through, and a lot of it had feelings towards myself and feelings towards my wife and kids, not being with them a lot. But yeah, I changed my life around by putting myself back into training and getting myself fit and healthy again. But before all of that, I was put on some medication, and at the time it didn't work. So that's a little brief about my story. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. And I just want to really say, like, anyone that does talk up about the things that they go through, it takes a lot of courage. And just know that, we are proud of you if you do speak up and seek help. And I'm sure your loved ones will be as well. And you know what? I just want to say also, it's not weak to speak. Like, if you're a man and, people are telling you, oh, harden up or whatever, this and that, that's not the mentality to have. Like, we are all human and we all go through emotions, and it's normal to be sad or going through something, and it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. You're allowed to cry, you're allowed to be sad, you're allowed to go through things, but at the end of the day, you do need to change something in order to change your life. So I just wanted to add that as well, because I see a lot of things going around, like saying, men shouldn't cry and men shouldn't talk about their feelings because they're the tough ones, and we need tough men. Yes, we need tough men, but at the end of the day, we're human and we all have the same emotion regardless of being a man or a woman. So that's why I started the movement. I started it for vilz, but also just during like everything that we went through a few years ago, like, with COVID and everything and the lockdowns, we noticed a lot of people suffering mentally, and the suicide rate was like massive. We were getting messages all the time for people that needed help, and like vilz would literally go out and see people. He did not care about all the lockdowns, because you know what, at the end of the day, they did that on purpose and they did that for a reason, and we lost so many people during that time because they were afraid to go out. So that's why I started it as well, just so people can get the help and advice they need to to be better mentally. But along the way of that too, with our movement, we did a run from Sydney to Newcastle. which fueled our commitment to the cause and breaking the stigma around mental health. In addition to the run, we also have 2 small businesses where we integrate our advocacy into the daily grind. So the businesses are Polykids and Relentless Grind, and our work and our mission go hand in hand, aiming to support not only those struggling with mental health issues, but also the loved ones who are deeply affected by them as well. Because I feel like, it's not just the ones struggling with it that go through things, it's also the loved ones too, which cause like mental problems for them as well. So we started the podcast. We've been wanting to start it for a while. But yeah, so the reason behind it is just to share advice, tips, and personal stories and insights, hoping to reach someone who might be in need of support. I also wanted to add that we won't be editing any of the sessions. So whatever we talk about is real, raw life experiences and personal experiences, which to me that you cannot teach. So that's why we wanted to start it as well, so we can really help people because we have been through those things as well in life. So for the upcoming episodes, we'll be diving deep into discussions around mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and suicide, and how they affect the individual suffering and also their families, and how to relieve the pressure of stress, burnout, and overwhelm, because it can wreak havoc on both our minds and our bodies. We'll also talk about nervous system regulation and why we experience dysregulation. A lot of people, honestly, I don't see a lot of people talking about that. There is ways to help nervous system, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it. And me, myself, have done practices for that. So I'd love to discuss that with you and give you tools to help you, add that into your daily life as well. Also talk about generational trauma and how it shapes us, the importance of eating well and practicing self-care, because we all know that if we eat well, we look good, and if we look good, we feel good. Our goal is to offer you practical tools and real, raw conversations that empower you to improve your mental health and overall well-being. So I just wanted to say, so that's pretty much it. And I just wanted to say thank you for joining us today. I know it was a quick one, but like I said, it's just an intro into our podcast. In longer episodes, obviously vilz, if he doesn't mind, to share his whole story. And so you can get an insight of his life and who he is and what he's been through, because I know a lot of people resonate with a lot of things that he's gone through. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today, just for this short episode. And we hope that we can create a world where mental health is prioritized, understood, and supported, because we believe that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And we hope that you are all doing well. And I just wanted to add also, I should have said it before, it's a trigger warning, guys, this whole episode and all the upcoming episodes. So if you are triggered by any talks about mental health or trauma, anything like that, suicide, please don't listen if you feel like you're going to be triggered. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Thanks for joining us on this journey. We look forward to having you back for other episodes. Thank you for supporting our podcast, our businesses, our movement, and here's to many more years to raising awareness and breaking the stigma around mental health, particularly men, because that's what we'll be focusing on. Also, I'm going to leave down in the description our Instagram, which is poly.kids with a Z, and vilz's Instagram too, which is VIL and 5Zs_. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's new. We're just getting started, and it's called Gotcha Back Thrive Talk for a Healthy Mindset. But it will come up if you search Gotcha Back Thrive Talk. Yeah, so thank you, guys. Have a great week. Much love. Do you want to say anything, Bills?
Thanks for listening, guys. Jump on, subscribe, and appreciate your support. Much love.
Thanks, guys. Bye.